Welcome back. This is Excel Project 3, and this is going to be video number 5. We're working on the Froyo To Go 6-month financial projection, and we have most of our formatting done, so we're going to be working on inserting a chart and doing some formatting to it. I did notice that on this operating income, I missed that with formatting those into currency. So if you also missed formatting your operating income into currency, go ahead and select the numbers that are in row 16. Go to your number launcher button, choose currency. We want 2 decimal places with a dollar sign, and we want the negative to have parentheses around it and be in black. So hit OK so that those get formatted for us. Okay, now moving on to our chart. We're going to do what is called a 3D cluster chart, and you can see that on page 170 in your book. Basically, for each month, we're going to have the expenses charted out, and we're going to have all of April grouped together and then all of May grouped together. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to begin by selecting my months. So my months, I will start with A3, and I will select through G3. I'm going to then hold Control, and I need to select all my data, which is going to be in A9 through G13. This will give me my months, it will give me my expense labels, and it will give me my numbers that I'm charting. Remember, whenever you do a chart, if you're including your individual numbers, you do not include totals because that will skew the information. If you want totals, you have to do totals and not individual data. Okay, so I'm going to go to Insert. The chart I want is going to be a column chart. So I'm going to go to my column chart area. I'm going to hit the arrow next to it. And I want the first column chart, which is going to be a 2D clustered column chart. I can see a little preview. It's going to show me my months are on there and my expenses are colored. And that's exactly what I want. If that is not what you get, you need to probably go back and reselect your data. Okay, so once I get my chart, the first thing I'm going to do is move it. So I'm going to hit the Move Chart button. I'm going to put it on a new sheet. And I'm going to name the sheet Clustered Column Chart. And hit OK. So now we have our chart on a new sheet by itself. Looks pretty good. We have a chart title we're needing to put on, but we're going to do some other things to really personalize this chart. So we have our tab named at the bottom. The first thing we're going to do is our chart title. So I'm going to double click on my chart title. If you do not have a chart title showing, you're going to want to go to, I believe it's the Format tab or Design tab, and add a chart element to add a chart title. And you'll want to put that above the chart. So if you don't have a chart, that's how you chart title. That's how you add it on there. So I'm going to delete out the words in my chart title, and I'm going to type the name of my chart, which is going to be 6-month projected expenses. Okay, 6-month projected expenses is my title. I'm still going to, I want to then select all my words in there, and I'm going to underline my title. So I'm going to choose the underline button here. I can use it on this little menu, or I can go over to my Home tab and just choose my regular underline. That's going to underline my title for me. The next thing I'm going to do is click off that so that I can add some data labels. And data labels are really going to clarify and put much more detail onto my chart other than just the colors down here and some columns. So to do that, I'm going to go to the Chart Elements button. So that's going to be in my Design tab. I'm going to go to Add Chart Element, just where the people without a title added the title. And I'm going to choose Data Labels. Okay, that's going to show me several different options that I want. And the one that I want is going to be the outside end. So I'm going to go outside end, and you'll notice as you go across this, it puts data labels in various spots. We want the outside end. That way it's right outside each one of the columns. And this is going to show us exactly what our expenses look like. Okay, so I click on that. Now I have my numbers listed there with them. I can also apply a chart filter. With some data, you may find that certain larger series or categories make it difficult to examine patterns or what you're really wanting to see. So we are going to use a filter that we can use to remove temporarily the compensation categories for bonus and commission from the chart. So we can really see our expenses without our bonuses and commissions. We really want to see what our real expenses are without any compensation. So to do that, I'm going to go to my chart filter button, which if you're using an old kind of Excel, I'm not sure it does this. So be sure and watch along. But this one has a filter. If you see a filter up here on your design or your format tab, be sure and click on it and we'll see if we can make that work. So we're going to click the chart filter button. And this says, what are you wanting to filter? Are you wanting to filter by a series? You'll notice as I hover over them, that is the only information that is folded out. Okay. Or I can do it by names. Okay, the one that I want is by the series. And I am going to click on bonus. And I'm going to click on commission to remove those check marks. So now whenever I go back and I hit apply, those are gone. So we can truly see what we're paying for our kiosk rental, our marketing, and our equipment repair and maintenance for each month. So go ahead and I'm going to just click on my chart to close that little menu there. Next, I'm going to add an axis title to my chart. Your axis titles is what labels this information so that I know that April, May, June, July, that these are months, and that I know that this is dollars. So to do that, I'm first going to click anywhere in the chart area outside the chart. So here I'm clicked inside my chart area. I need to be on the outside of that box. So I'm clicked in my chart because I see the line here, but I'm not actually on the chart data. Okay, because your axes are outside the chart area. And so I'm clicked outside of it. The next thing I'm going to do is go to chart elements. So add a chart element. This time I want an axis title. And the first axis title we're going to do is a primary vertical. So I'm going to do the primary vertical axis title, which you'll see is going to put a title over here for my vertical axis. My vertical axis goes up and down with the title. And on that one, I'm going to replace where it says axis title. I want to just put, oops, jumping ahead of myself, sorry. I'm going to replace where it says axis title with a dollar sign. So I'm taking out the information that's in there and I'm just going to put a dollar sign. That way we know that this is in dollars. Okay. Next we're going to click on Format Axis Title. So over here, if I'm clicked on my axis title, so if I double click now on my dollar sign that I just put, I'm going to get some more menus that come up. And on this one, I'm going to choose Format Axis Title. Okay, that's going to bring up a format box over here to the side where I can choose different things that I want to do to it. I want to change the Title Options tab. So title options, there's text options and title options. I want the title options. And I'm going to choose size and properties. So this is your line and fill, your effects, size and properties. I want the size and properties. And for my alignment, I'm going to change, I want to expand my alignment, so I'm going to come here and expand my vertical alignment. See if it gives me some other options. I want to rotate text. So I want center middle for my alignment, and my text direction, I want to rotate all text 270 degrees, which is what mine automatically came up to. Okay, I think is what I want. Oh, nope, we want to change it to horizontal, sorry. Horizontal. Middle, center, and horizontal. Okay, I can go ahead and close this then. That way my dollar sign now looks like a real dollar sign, it's not all sideways up and down. Okay. Next we're going to, what if we decide we want to change our chart style once we've already got our chart kind of going? Well, we can change to a three-dimensional look, which maybe will look better and more appealing to the people looking at this. So on the Design tab, all we have to do at this point, we're on our Chart Tools, and here we have some chart styles. There are several different ones shown. We are going to look for style number 5. Style number 5. Okay, so if you're using an older form of Excel, your styles may vary, so just be sure and choose something that you think looks kind of similar to this style. So we change that to style 5. The next thing we're going to do is modify the chart axis number format. So to do that, we're going to right click on any value in our chart axis. Oops, go ahead and make sure that's locked in. I'm coming down here to my vertical axis, and I'm going to right click on any one of those numbers, and I'm going to, this time, I'm going to choose Format Axis, and this is going to let me format my numbers. So the one that I want in my Axis Options tab, so I'm in my Axis Options, I want to choose to make sure that the number down here, I'm going to come all the way down here to the bottom to the number area. I may have to scroll down. And this is how I'm going to format my numbers. So my category, what do I want my category to be? I want it to be accounting. My decimal places is currently a 2, which is making this all seem kind of cluttered. So if I change my decimal place to a 0, that should help. I'm going to make sure that my category, I'm going to change to number. Sorry. So number, 0 decimal, I'm going to tell it to use the comma separator. And if it's a negative number, I want it to show that in parentheses. Okay, the other thing that's on down here, if you can get down far enough, is the format code. You can see it. And I want to check linked to source. Okay, that way it's, oops, I lost it again. Okay, let's try this again. Number, decimal places of 0, negative will be with black parentheses. Okay, so let's not check that link to source because somehow that messed that up. Okay, so go ahead and we're going to leave it like that. We like the way, we should have an apply. All we have to do then is close it, and you will see that we no longer have the 0 decimal places over here on the side. You can also remove filters and add other data labels. So let's do that real quick. We're going to go to our chart elements. So add a chart element, and I'm going to choose data labels, and I'm going to choose to remove those data labels. Okay, real quick before the video runs out, I'm going to hit the plus sign, come over here, and I am going to uncheck my data labels so that those do not appear anymore. And I'm going to hit my filter button to turn on my commission and my bonuses so that everything is selected, and I'll hit apply. And that is